The National Mall in Washington, D.C., was known for its iconic monuments and memorials that stood proudly during the day, paying tribute to the nation's history and its heroes. However, as the sun set and the shadows lengthened, a different atmosphere enveloped the expansive grounds. This particular night would reveal a side of the National Mall rarely witnessed by the public. A night filled with horror, mystery, and the supernatural. As the clock struck midnight, a dense fog rolled in, obscuring the monuments and creating an eerie ambiance. The air was thick with an otherworldly energy that seemed to awaken the spirits of the past. Unbeknownst to the few scattered nighttime visitors, the mall was about to become a stage for a night of terror. The first signs of the impending horror manifested near the Washington Monument. Strange whispers echoed in the air as the fog thickened, causing an uneasy tension. The monument, usually a symbol of pride and unity, took on a foreboding presence in the moonlight. Unsettling shadows danced along its sides, giving the illusion of ancient spirits lingering around its base. A lone security guard, patrolling the area, felt a chill down his spine as he reached the World War II memorial. The water in the fountains, usually calm and serene, now rippled with an unnatural energy. From the darkness emerged ghostly figures, the silhouettes of soldiers frozen in time. Their eyes, though eternally vigilant, seemed to convey a silent plea for recognition. As the security guard cautiously moved toward the Lincoln Memorial, he heard the faint sound of footsteps on the marble steps. Each step echoed through the silent night, growing louder with every passing moment. His flashlight revealed nothing but the empty space leading up to the statue of Abraham Lincoln. But the footsteps persisted, as if the very stone beneath him resonated with the echoes of a bygone era. Meanwhile, at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, the names etched into the black granite seemed to come alive. Whispers of soldiers' stories filled the air, recounting tales of sacrifice and loss. Some visitors reported feeling a cold hand on their shoulder or hearing a distant voice calling out a name from the wall. The memorial, bathed in an otherworldly glow, became a portal through which the spirits of the fallen made contact with the living. As the night progressed, the horrors intensified. At the Jefferson Memorial, the statue of Thomas Jefferson cast long, haunting shadows that seemed to twist and contort. The words of the Declaration of Independence etched into the walls took on a sinister tone, as if the very principles they represented were being challenged by unseen forces. Near the reflecting pool, a spectral figure emerged, a ghostly apparition that seemed to be a reflection of the nation's collective past. It drifted silently, its eyes hollow and haunted, as if carrying the weight of centuries of history. Witnesses claimed to see scenes from the past playing out on the water's surface, a ghostly tableau of the nation's triumphs and tribulations. As the first light of dawn approached, the fog lifted, and the supernatural occurrences subsided. The National Mall returned to its familiar, dignified appearance, as if the night's horrors were merely a fleeting nightmare. The security guard, still shaken from his encounters, questioned the reality of what he had experienced. In the days that followed, news of the night's events spread like wildfire. Some dismissed the stories as mere urban legends, attributing the strange occurrences to overactive imaginations. Others, however, felt a deep unease whenever they visited the National Mall, wondering if the spirits of the past still lingered in the shadows. The National Mall's night of horror became a whispered tale, shared among those brave enough to explore its grounds after dark. The monuments and memorials stood stoically, their daytime majesty belying the mysteries that unfolded in the shadows. Visitors continued to flock to the mall, but now with a heightened sense of awe and trepidation, knowing that the echoes of history were not confined to the pages of textbooks but could be experienced in the chilling embrace of a fog-filled night on the hallowed grounds of the National Mall. Story 2. The National Mall lay silent beneath the inky cloak of night, its monuments casting long shadows that seemed to dance with unseen entities. The air hung heavy with an eerie stillness, as if the very soul of the city had retreated into the shadows, leaving behind only a haunting emptiness. Few dared to venture into the heart of the mall after dark, and those who did often spoke in hushed tones of inexplicable phenomena that defied all logic. It was on one such fateful night that a group of friends, fueled by youthful curiosity and a touch of bravado, decided to explore the National Mall after midnight. The group consisted of 4 intrepid souls: Emma, the adventurous leader; Mark, the skeptical intellect; Lily, the thrill-seeker; and Alex, the joker who masked his unease with humor. Little did they know that their journey into the heart of darkness would unravel a tale of horror that would forever change their lives. As the group stepped onto the deserted mall, a chill ran down their spines. The familiar monuments, usually symbols of pride and patriotism, now loomed ominously in the moonlit night. The Lincoln Memorial, with its stoic gaze, seemed to watch their every move, while the Washington Monument cast a long, foreboding shadow across the open expanse. Undeterred, they pressed on, their footsteps echoing in the emptiness. Their first encounter with the supernatural occurred near the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. As they passed the black granite wall, etched with the names of the fallen, whispers seemed to fill the air. Faint echoes of distant conversations, long extinguished, reached out to them like ghostly tendrils. Emma, always the skeptic, dismissed it as the wind playing tricks on their minds. But Mark, the rational thinker, couldn't shake the feeling that something more profound was at play. The group ventured deeper into the mall, passing the reflecting pool, its still waters reflecting the ghostly glow of the monuments. Suddenly, a cold mist enveloped them, and the temperature plummeted. Unseen hands seemed to graze their skin, sending shivers down their spines. Lily, ever the thrill-seeker, laughed nervously, dismissing the encounter as a mere prank by her friends. Yet, the unease lingered. Their journey led them to the World War II Memorial, where the statues of soldiers seemed to come alive in the moonlight. As the group approached, the statues shifted, their eyes following the intruders. Alex, attempting to mask his fear with humor, cracked a joke about ghostly soldiers on night patrol. But deep down, a gnawing dread clawed at their collective consciousness. As the group reached the heart of the mall, the Capitol building stood before them like a silent sentinel. A strange energy pulsed through the air, and shadows seemed to dance with a life of their own. Unseen whispers grew louder, forming words that echoed through the emptiness. The group hesitated, sensing an unseen force guiding them towards an unknown destiny. Their final destination revealed itself at the steps of the Capitol. A spectral figure, draped in tattered garments, materialized before them. The ghostly presence spoke in a haunting voice, recounting tales of forgotten souls and unfulfilled destinies. Emma, overcome with a strange compulsion, stepped forward and asked the apparition about its unfinished business. The ghostly figure revealed a tale of betrayal, political intrigue, and unspeakable horrors that had occurred within the hallowed halls of the Capitol. As the story unfolded, the group found themselves entangled in a web of dark secrets and malevolent forces that sought retribution for past sins. The Capitol, once a symbol of democracy, harbored a dark history that yearned to be exposed. Determined to uncover the truth, the group delved deeper into the haunted corridors of the Capitol. Whispers grew into anguished cries, and the air became heavy with the weight of untold secrets. Shadows twisted and contorted, revealing glimpses of long-forgotten atrocities that stained the very foundations of the nation. As the night wore on, the group faced apparitions of political figures who had succumbed to corruption and greed. Each specter pleaded for redemption, their voices a cacophony of remorse and anguish. The friends, now bound by a shared destiny, navigated the treacherous labyrinth of the Capitol's haunted past, determined to confront the malevolent force that held the spirits captive. In the bowels of the Capitol, they discovered a hidden chamber where a malevolent entity, fueled by the nation's darkest deeds, lurked. The ghostly figure they had encountered at the steps was revealed to be a pawn in a supernatural game, manipulated by forces beyond mortal comprehension. As the entity awakened, the Capitol itself seemed to groan under the weight of its sins. A climactic battle ensued as the group faced the malevolent force head-on. Shadows twisted and writhed, and the very air crackled with ethereal energy. The friends, armed only with their determination and newfound understanding, confronted the entity with courage they never knew they possessed. In a final act of sacrifice, they unearthed the truth, exposing the sins that had haunted the capital for centuries. As dawn broke, the malevolent force dissipated, leaving the National Mall bathed in the soft light of a new day. The monuments stood silent witness to the night's events, their stoic facades unchanged. The friends, forever changed by their ordeal, emerged from the darkness with a profound understanding of the nation's history and the lingering spirits that sought redemption. The tale of horror on the National Mall became a whispered legend, passed down through generations. Some dismissed it as a fanciful ghost story, while others believed it to be a cautionary tale of the consequences of unchecked power and political corruption. The National Mall, once a symbol of national pride, bore witness to the unseen forces that lurked in the shadows, reminding all who dared to tread its hallowed grounds that history, both seen and unseen, cast long shadows on the land of the free.